From a German War Primer by Bertolt Brecht. We are going to recite this poem first, then we'll see the meaning. Amongst the highly placed, it is considered low to talk about food. The fact is, they have already eaten. The lowly must leave this earth without having tasted any good meat, for wondering where they come from and where they are going. The fine evening find them too exhausted. They have not yet seen the mountains and the great sea when their time is already up. If the lowly do not think about what is low, they will never rise. The bread of the hungry has all been eaten. Meat has become unknown, useless. The pouring out of the people's sweat, the laurel groves have been lobbed down. From the chimneys of the arms factories rises smoke. In this poem, the poet speaker highlights the difference between the middle class society and the ruling class society. He tells that the people of high class society, they are not liking to talk about food because their stomach is already filled. They don't have to bother about feeding themselves. And on the other hand, the poor people, the people of the low class society, they are not getting food and they are having shortage of food, that they are dying out of hunger, and they fail to taste food or the good food throughout their life. Next, it is told about the time they are spending. So, in the during evening time, the highly placed people, they are going in elite clubs for eating and drinking. And what is the topic of their talk? They used to talk where they come from. They're talking about the poor people, that where they come from and where they are going. And whole time they spend talking about them and exhaust their energy, and they are not able to enjoy their evening time. On the other hand, these poor people, they also get exhausted working uh, throughout the day, earning for their livelihood. They feel exhausted, and they are also not able to enjoy their life. They have not yet seen the mountains and the great sea when their time is already up. Here it is told about the fortune. The poor people are not fortunate. Unlike their rich counterparts, they cannot take a vacation. They can't go on a holiday trekking in the mountains, nor spend their time on the warm beach besides the sea. They spend all their time earning a living and die before enjoying their life. If the lowly do not think about what is low, they will never rise. So here the poet says that if the poor people do not realize that why they are poor, and if they will not recognize the reason of their poverty, they will not rise in their life, and they will not have better or happy life. In the next, it is told about the situation of Germany during the First World War. During the First World War, there was a civil war inside Germany, and the country became poor, and it became so poor that the food was not available for the people. Even if it was available, it was very costly, and it was not in the reach of poor people. The bread of the hungry has all been eaten, meat has become unknown, useless, the pouring out of the people's sweat. So here it is told that for the people, those who were doing hard work, that also was useless, because whatever they earned with that, it was not enough to get them food of one time also, because either food was unavailable or it was very costly. The laurel groves have been lobbed down. From the chimneys of the arms factory rises smoke. Here it is told that the forest, the laurel grove forests, they were cut down and they were used to produce arms and weapons in factories from which smoke rose from the chimneys. So instead of using this forest produce for making something good, something creative, something useful, these woods were used to burn in the factories for producing weapons so that they can use it in war. And this made the life of the people very troublesome, and people were not happy at that time. So the remaining part we will see in the next video.